Welcome back to another episode of Hailing Frequencies Open, where each week we talk about your comments that you left on episodes of our shows where we talk about Star Trek. Yeah. Where each week we try to enjoy Star Trek and not be Miltons. That may mean something to you, it may not.
Don't be a Milton.
Just shows how much of a fan you are.
They're hailing us. Hailing frequencies open.
Captain, we're receiving 285,000 hails.
I wish I knew what to tell them.
All right, let's get right into this. We're going to start off with our Hailing Frequencies Open video where we talked about the emissary.
Yes.
So starting us off here is Captain Olimar. He says, I never respected alien species in media that don't use weapons at least as powerful as hydrogen bombs. We figured them out, and we haven't figured out space travel. They got nukes in Dune. Just saying. That's pretty funny.
Just saying.
Just saying. Yeah, they do use nukes in Dune.
Yep.
But that's because the spice must flow. That is a funny, like if an alien species they're using sticks and not like guns and bombs. It's like, well, we don't have warp technology, so we're considered,
Right,
a low class race in Starfleet. So the Enterprise wouldn't make contact with us.
No, absolutely not.
But we sure know how to blow stuff up, though.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Interesting.
that is worth all the beans.
Do 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 do. All right, so the next comment here is from my office. He says that from my office guy is the worst. He liked Manhunt a little. Sounds like a real idiot.
God. I sometimes legitimately wonder if he's like, does he sit there and watch it or listen to it if he's working and then being like, they hate me, and then he writes like terrible things, or is he like, no, that made me laugh and I'm gonna play to it? Like, I don't know. I don't
The
know.
real funny thing to me is that like when we do things with him in person, doesn't talk about any of the stuff. It doesn't reference any of it. It's just like we're playing characters, and like that's how it
It's
is.
kind of true. It's kind of like our internet personalities don't interact with each other.
Yeah, he's like this on here, and then we get together, and he's like, "Oh, did you see the stocks? The stocks for Google went up 3%."
Sounds just like him.
Yeah, exactly. He's British. I know that's a little that I may have doxed him a little bit, but he is British.
Oh,
Okay, so this is from our review of Peak Performance. Wow, this will be
Right.
good.
right to the top.
Nice. All right, so this is Ed Mark Star. He says, "Warning: Peak Performance is just stalling for time." Yeah. Look at the big picture. The Borg represent the greatest threat to the entire Alpha Quadrant. All inhabitants of this sector of the galaxy are in peril. This is proof that the Borg represent a danger greater than the producers of Star Trek can fully render, given the limitations of series television production. Yeah. Yeah, they make a world-ending threat, and then they're like, what if Picard grows a beard this week? And then all the crew's like, we don't really like your beard. Wouldn't that'd be fun, right?
But also
that'd be
the other thing
whimsical.
too, it's like he's saying the entire Alpha Quadrant is in distress, and they're like, but only the Enterprise is training.
Yes. Well, yeah. They're the flagship, Will. If they can't beat them, none of us can. Star Trek fans never got to see the Federation wide response and preparation to an unimaginably horrific Borg invasion.
Yeah.
All we got was peak performance with Wesley Crusher, the Ferengi, and time-wasting stratagema.
He doesn't like it.
That's very true. I didn't even think about the big picture. That's why I like Ed, because he thinks about the big picture. And for me, I'm just like, I like running the ship. Blew up. That was good. But yeah, the big picture is like, hey, so like, wouldn't all of the Federation and like all of the Federation
Oh,
planets
yes.
be like preparing for this massive assault thing, you know?
They're like, no, we play board games.
So what's the point, Will, of the Federation going out and basically, pressuring other planets and species to become part of the greater good? And then when you have like an actual galaxy ending threat, they're like, Enterprise has got it. Don't even worry about it.
I have the perfect answer for you. More money. When they have more money in the budget,
Yeah.
suddenly the galaxy feels a little bigger. When they don't have money for the budget, it's like only the Enterprise deals with all of these problems.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It's always money.
Because they're remember it's season 2, so everybody still is like, I remember it's season 1. I don't think
Yeah.
we watched this show.
I
So
I'm starting to forget about this Kirk fella.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, all of a sudden we'll
Remember
hit
that
like
pointy ear guy? He was pretty good.
I
What was
don't know
his
what that
name?
is.
Pike Park? Spark? I like that robot guy though. What a stunning letdown. Is this really preparation for the Borg? Peak performance feels like preparation for a TV game show. Some concepts are simply too big to fit neatly into a show with 8 main characters on a set made of backlit plastic panels. Wow.
Yeah.
You can't show Cecil B. DeMille's The Ten Commandments on a television budget.
No.
The key to all television shows is to temper each story to fit within the show's limitations. Some of the best shows on TV stay within the bounds of studios' standards. After this discussion of the episode, I'm giving peak performance 1 Kazinti, and I'm being generous.
Yeah.
Popcorn Award goes to Roy Brocksmith as Sirna Kolrami. That's it. I
Yep.
remember his name. Only an excellent actor can make a character instantly unlikable.
Which I agree.
That's true. That's true. But Oksana Troy doesn't do that for me. She's Cyril Jones also. I hate him. I would never give him a popcorn award.
Maybe it's
Just out of
proof that they're
spite.
terrible actors.
They're just bad actors.
But it's interesting. The thing I will say that I didn't dislike peak performance like this, but the thing that I
Yes.
find interesting is one, he makes really great remarks as usual. His points are, are finely
Yeah.
tuned and make perfect sense. If I didn't know what's to come, and
Yeah.
this was kind of it, then I probably would be right next to him going like, yes, terrible. But because like they don't completely let go of certain things that they introduced in this episode, that it doesn't bug me as much.
I agree with everything he said,
Okay.
and I like how he breaks it down. It makes total sense to me. The thing that for me that I can kind of separate from
Okay.
this
Mm-hmm.
is the episode is kind of set up to be like the Enterprise doesn't have time for these battle simulations. That's a thing that the Federation does, all these other ships do. But the Enterprise is like, we don't have time to do, games, simulation games.
Right, right,
Like
right.
we're out doing stuff.
Yeah.
So it just feels like because of the Borg, Picard's like, well, we might as well do one.
Yeah.
We might as well
It's-
do one of these simulations, and then that be it. So it can feel like other ships are preparing, and then now you have the Enterprise be like, well, if everybody else is doing it, we might as well jump on board once.
Yeah.
So
And
like you can let it be what it is.
I do, with your point, I almost do wonder if Ed would have liked it a smidge bit more if they had just had a clip of like a captain friend to Picard had like talked to him on comms and was like, "Hey, like, we're all out here doing it, buddy. Like, I know you're out in the whatever sector doing waiting to do this thing,
Yeah.
but like, come on."
But you're the one that actually experienced the Borg. Like you
Right,
should
exactly.
maybe, do the strategy and help us develop a strategy for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like if they
Don't
just
let them hijack your computers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just like in the Kirk episode, if they had just shown another captain doing the war games somewhere else, I think it would have probably been a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense on a full scale. All right, next comment here is from Captain Alimar. He says it is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness. That is life. What an interesting rewatch this week. I remembered this episode as just the very embarrassing finger waggling episode with Data and a pig man, but it turned out pretty okay.
I see that your circle is taking over
I
my
can't.
circle, and I'm moving it over to here. We're making a blue square.
I can't lose to a machine. First, I like the premise with the episode. Got to do some military maneuvers to whip this mothballed organization into fighting shape. Well, plus they just got taken over by bugs, so they're
That's true.
still reeling from that.
That's right.
Not a military organization, but has fought in at least two Klingon wars and one war with the Romulans, but whatever. Yeah.
We're
They're
not a
also not they're also not space police.
Yeah. We don't police the galaxy, and we're not a military
Yep.
organization. You're like, okay.
The pompous alien guy is just snotty enough that I find his character effective in making you dislike him. The game scenes are less embarrassing than I remembered, but I mostly just imagined a bunch of extras being told to yell in excitement at two men covered in paint and prosthetics as they waggle their fingers around as nothing happens. So they became much funnier. That's very funny. When you take the CGI and stuff out, that's what
Like
you're left with.
nothing. Yeah, there's nothing happening.
Yeah. And then everybody in the background's like, "Yeah, get him, Dana! Oh yeah! Oh, good move, good move!"
We got money on this.
Wait, we don't have money. Data loses at poker, presumably. Did he think that his judgment was compromised when Worf beat his two of a kind with a straight?
He makes a great point with that.
No, because Cars is luck. You did mention that it's pretty funny that Picard has to fix Data because his crew broke his fragile robot with mind games right before an important exercise. Being a captain,
You
yeah,
know,
it's ridiculous.
Captain things.
Picard, we broke the robot. If you could go talk some sense into him, that'd be great. What the hell did you do? Oh,
Yep.
oh boy. Pulaski is at her lowest in this episode. She treats Data as a tool to reap a petty comeuppance to some random guy she just met for no reason.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That is so true, man. That is so true.
She's like, that guy, hate him.
Hey, I don't like the way this guy carries him. Data, kill him. You better kill him. Picard, I made Data kill that guy, and now he's like really emotional about it. So if you could go talk to him, that would be great. All of her worst traits laid bare. Data is an object to be used as desired, despite Data's objections. Petty, random, like a serial killer. I have my problems with Beverly Crusher, but I never felt like she treated a member of the crew as bad as Pulaski treats Data. Get off the show. I think you only have one episode left, so
I don't think he cares. I like
I
that he
was coming
said it.
around. I was coming around to Pulaski too, and then this episode again was like, what? Why do they not understand?
Petty, random, like a serial killer.
Now that that's over, what actually happened in this episode is pretty good. I like Worf, Geordi, the boy, and Riker listed in order of usefulness, and their attempts to match up to the Enterprise and its full nuclear complement, like all explorers carry.
That's
Like all
right.
explorers, yeah, they all have nuclear
We're
weapons.
just looking at planets. We're just carrying like 600 nuclear bombs with
Yeah,
us, and we're just checking things out.
you never know when you're gonna need to blow up a space face.
Well, you would never do that. You would blow up maybe some rocks on like a
You blow
mountain.
up like a thing next to it to
Yeah,
propel you
exactly.
past it. Yes.
Exactly.
He says you guys are right. That extra with Wesley when he gets his science experiment is playing the scene completely wrong. No time for a retake.
It's
Yep.
terrible. It's so terrible.
The Ferengi are completely insane. You're flying your ship around in space near another crappy ship. You must have valuables on that ship. Ferengi idiots. Is he trying to start a war with the Federation? He has sensors that can detect two ships flying around 100 billion light years away, but can't detect that Riker's ship has nothing on it and is borderline derelict. Is the Federation gonna just let this go? Whatever. Who cares? The ship got blown up. Pretty good solution to a pretty stupid setup. I like the episode better before the Ferengi showed up. Yeah, I did too.
It's the Frankie showing up are totally like, stay tuned for the last 15 minutes of the show. Like, don't change your channel because now something crazy is happening.
Oh, the Frankies. Yeah. Overall, a pretty mixed episode with Pulaski really showing that even in a perfect society where all your wants are provided for and you can pursue your dreams without worry or of hunger, you can still choose to be. Wow. Wanakuda. That's good, man. That's good. The popcorn goes to Pulaski. May the door not hit her, but on the way out. Wow.
I wonder if he didn't
So
enjoy
I
Pulaski
don't
in this
think
episode.
I think maybe he wasn't a big Pulaski fan this time around.
Seems like.
Wow. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
No, I don't. I don't disagree that she's quite awful in the episode. It's just really
It's pretty
funny.
bad.
All I can see, and I have no idea how when he was typing this, but all I can think is like he's typing it, and he's just like, and as he's typing it, he's just getting angrier and angrier as he's
More and
saying.
more mad. All right. Let me
Oh no.
strap in. Hold on.
Okay.
I gotta change the batteries in my headphone
Oh
because
god.
because he just rambles on and on. He says, "Time for laser tag, Starship version." Yeah, it's pretty funny. The USS Hathaway versus the USS Enterprise. Starfleet is not a military organization. They're about exploration. But due to the Borg, it's time for training. We meet the very attractive Zach Dorn race, who have a reputation of having the greatest strategic mind in the galaxy. No better way to prepare for an incoming technologically advanced race than having the flagship run a simulation with an old bucket. Better watch out, Borg. Yeah, I said that too, and you were like, "Well, no, basically the Hathaway is supposed to be the Enterprise
Yes.
in comparison." And I was like,
Yes.
"Oh, okay." That would have been nice if they would have said that. It's funny to see Worf putting together a modeling kit. Worf broke his model, and something tells me that isn't the first time it's happened. I wonder what other crafts Worf has tried and failed at. Painting, sculpture, clay. Riker wants Worf as his first officer. Nice to see them still broing out. I thought it was nice that Riker wants Wesley as well, continuing that role of mentoring him some. Picard certainly has no issue giving him up. Yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting bit to have Worf doing like crafts in his room. It's fine, like I'm not upset with it, but it's just like it's such a particular thing to do. Like
It's funny.
you would think like you would cut to him and he's like sharpening blades,
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah.
right? Or like he's
He has like a phaser all apart.
right, exactly. Like he's trying to like make a phaser more efficient or something. Like, yeah, exactly. Or he's reading schematics on the Borg ship so that he knows how to like hurt it better. It's just something, that was more tactical oriented. Like, no,
I
instead he'll work with this like wooden ship.
I want a scene with him in Deanna's office and he's laying on the couch
Oh no.
and he's saying, I just, in my leisure time, I keep sharpening weapons and fixing my phases, and I still just feel so angry all the time. And she's like, why don't you try
Oh.
building ships or putting a model together? That is relaxing. And then this is him trying that, and then he breaks it, and he's like, God, still angry. Yeah,
That would be a fun fill-in because then when he comes in and he's like, no, I'm all set. I'm not angry at
I
all.
was just finishing.
Yep, not even slightly upset at
I
all.
want to see like the other side of his desk. It's just like series of like it's just 4 or 5 big boxes, and it's just got broken models in all of the boxes. Worf will be irritated if Riker doesn't win. The crew wants to see Data whip Killarmy at the game. Riker lost 23 to 100. Yikes. Yeah, but can Killarmy swing his leg over the back of a chair to sit down? I don't think so.
He can,
I doubt it.
not a problem.
Not when he's tied in.
He's
Not when he's got his fingers.
no, he's the most strategic mind of the century, so he'll figure it out.
He sees the chair and instantly in his brain it's like he like calculates
Exactly.
height, distance.
Yeah, not a problem.
I need to bring my leg up 35% higher. The Hathaway is a wreck with very little in the way. The lithium, this will be a challenge. Boy Genius needs to go back to the Enterprise for a science project and will be escorted by a security officer that comes off as very stupid and someone who doesn't have enough time for Wesley's nonsense. No. No one likes Wesley. Yeah, Wesley may as well have said like, "Hey, I need to go back to Enterprise to go to the bathroom."
Yeah, it's like, okay, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The Zagdorn thinks very little of Wesley, unsurprisingly. But you have to admit Wesley was very sneaky. I don't know if I would admit that Wesley was very sneaky.
I don't
I think
think
he
so.
got lucky with getting, the stupidest crew member to guide him there. But
Yeah. To be honest, I think the only reason it worked was because Riker believed he was going back for a science project, so he sells it to Picard. That's the only reason he comes back over. Because
that's pretty.
Riker is even like, why? What do you mean? Like, why do you have to go back for this? And he's like, oh, but it's so important. I have to. And he's just like, okay.
I'm a
So,
boy genius, but I forgot I left the iron on in my quarters. Like, oh well, we could just send a person down there and they're like, no, 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 I'll do it.
it's
I'll
okay.
take it. Yeah,
Plot senses are tingling, so it's okay.
yeah.
Exactly.
Guile, Blanca, M. Bison, Chun Li, Ryu, E. Honda, Vega, Ken, Street Fighter Turbo Space Edition. No, that's a game I'd play right there. So who is who? Is
Oh no, I should know, but
because Chun Li's not really, is she like the crew member that was like staring at them while they were talking in the background?
oh wow, it
Is-
can only be the Hathaway crew.
yeah. So is that what it? Yeah, it has to be the Hathaway crew. They're the Street Fighters.
So yeah, Chun Li has to be the
Yeah.
lady who stares.
I think Ryu is probably Riker.
Yeah.
Ken is Wesley.
Well, Bison is like the big leader, so Bison might have to be.
He's got to be Worf.
Oh, okay. I thought Blanco was gonna be Worf because he's like he's like an animal man.
Okay, it's been so long. It's like I really know Ryu, Chun Li, and Ken and Vega, but like that's Honda's the sumo guy.
Oh yeah, E Honda, Japan.
USSR.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, Street Fighter. That's join our podcast next week when we talk about all things Street Fighter. All right, he says time for Data to take on Killarmy at Strategema. Did you know that my fingers move that fast when I'm typing out my comments for your podcast? That's all I thought about when I saw that was like, oh, this is literally how from my office writes writes his comments.
He's trying to type faster and like what we're doing is we're actively deleting it on the channel, and he's writing it faster and faster.
Backspace, backspace, backspace. No, not this time. Not this time.
Yeah.
And then the joke is that he hits enter, and then YouTube's like, "Did you say kill? Get out of here."
Did you
Data
refer to death in any manner?
Did you say something bad about how the world there's nothing bad.
This is YouTube. There's nothing bad on YouTube.
Get your comments out of here. Data loses 81 to 100. This loss has shaken Data, who removed himself from bridge duty. I do find this to be an interesting little twist for Data. The Zakdorn has some hate for Riker, and it's nice to see Picard stand up for him. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is one alien that I definitely do not like. By the way, Will is correct. The Stargazer and the Hathaway are both Constellation-class vessels.
Whoa!
Great. Troy comes to speak with Data. He is having a crisis of confidence after losing the games. Pulaski comes to help him out as well. I like that she apologized for moving Data to play. She's been a thorn in the side of folks all season. Yeah, time has come. Time to go, Kate. But Picard comes to clear things up and gives Data a pep talk. One of the best quotes of TNG incoming. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness. That is life. Now Data's back in action.
It's like
this is a good quote.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a great quote. It's a thing where Picard's speeches, his rousing speeches, are like a quarter in an arcade machine, where it's like continue, and then it's like quarter, and then he's like, yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just also funny. That's a funny comparison too, because it's like the whole episode goes on, blah 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 blah, all the stuff,
Yeah.
and then it's like the main, when it's like, and they're like, Picard, we need a quarter.
Yes.
And he goes in and he just like puts the quarter in, and then Data's like, I will assist you on the bridge.
Yes.
That's what Picard's speeches are. They're just putting a quarter back in the arcade.
Yeah, and the great thing, and to his point, and even what you mentioned, to his point, it's a really shiny quarter. So I don't take that away from him. That his quote there is
it almost makes up for the fact that Troy and Pulaski ruined him and made Picard fix the situation that they created.
Don't you agree? And I think even from my office would agree, and Captain Alimar, who quoted it as well, that if Picard had just gone down there and just said what he said and wasn't a little hostile towards Data, this would have been like a measure of the man moment.
Yes.
But because it's spoiled by Troy and Pulaski being like, we broke him and we don't know what to do, and then Picard coming down there and being like, you moron, like if you want to be a human, this is just a part of life, so get over it.
You know not to take anything Pulaski says seriously. Jeez. Get back to work. Yeah, I didn't appreciate. I love this quote, but I don't appreciate how he was mad at Data.
Me either.
Put blame where it belongs, and that's on Troy and Pulaski for being a horrible doctor and a horrible psychiatrist. Okay.
Yep.
Next, Riker is okay with Wesley improvising. Nice to see his joviality as a captain, putting the crew at ease. Not a weakness after all. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I like that. I don't know if my Riker would have condoned that as not cheating, but that's another discussion.
Yeah. He learns when not to duck, so maybe that's the gotta learn when to cheat.
And the test hadn't started yet, so it really wasn't cheating.
That's what's going to come down to, if they ever fight the Borg again, it's going to come down to cheating.
Cheating. That's how you win. It's possible, Data, to cheat and still lose. But that's what makes it cheating. Battle time. Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Cool to hear them call out strategies. With Riker pulling off heavy damage, suddenly a Ferengi warship coming in fast. This is not a simulation. The Enterprise is borked is borked at the moment. Time to negotiate with the Ferengi. Armin Shamarman drooled. Shamarman. Armin Shamarman. That's what it says.
I have to leave it in. That's not what his name is, but I have to leave it in.
Yeah, it's Armin Shimmerman. Armin
Armin.
Shimarman drooled at one point.
Oh no, Armin Shamarman. Oh no.
It's good. He'll forever be named Armin Shimarman.
He certainly is going to be forever named Armin Shamarman.
You're
I'm sorry.
welcome. Warp jumps and sensor ghosts means they win the day. Killarmy was quite surprised with Riker. I'm tired of this guy. I'm so happy that Data stalemated the Zakdorn and frustrated him. Data played for a draw and he was able to continue forever. Data busted him up. That was cheesy, but I'll give it a pass. Yeah. I did like that.
Yeah.
They just needed to all jump in the air and high five to the point to put the cherry on top. Yeah. A high five, right? But they all high five, jump, and then freeze frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Oh man. Next time on Star Trek.
Okay, love.
I got the bug.
If I go like this
Yeah.
and you go the other way, we can high five each other.
Great. That was good.
That was really good.
Glad you're not really reviewing Shades of Grey. Oh, we've already filmed it. I'd be happy with this being the end of the season. It's not.
It's not.
One Akuda from me this week. Great review, guys. Thanks for the laughs. So close to season 3. Yes,
true.
we are so close to season 3. I can practically taste it. Popcorn Award goes to Brent Spiner.
So, from my office, says Brett Spiner. Captain Olimar did suggest Kate Muldoon for the Popcorn Award.
Yeah, I don't know why he would suggest that after hating her so badly.
I don't know. I think it was a slap. And then Ed Markstar suggested Roy Brocksmith, who played Cerna Kolrami, as the best actor of the episode. So Caleb, here it is. Who was the best actor of the episode and gets the Popcorn Award?
I feel like I always agree with From My Office and or Captain Olimar.
Okay.
So for that reason, I'm out.
Wow.
I'm gonna agree with Ed this week. I'm gonna say that the Killarmy guy was just bad enough to be like, man, I really don't like this guy. Like he acted very well as that little slarmy, pompous idiot, that you just want to see get knocked down a few pegs. So yeah, I like that. I'll say that.
I enjoy it a lot. And when I was going back in the edit and finding clips to put in the podcast, the part where he comes up the stage and he's the first time you're seeing him in the episode and he's wiggling his way up the thing. They're all kind of like, oh, okay. And when he gets to the conference room, like hallway door, right as the actor is about to pass off camera, he literally like leans back and gives everybody like a dirty look and then keeps walking through the door. And it was really funny.
That's really good, yeah.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
Roy Brocksmith gets it. That's good. Well, you've made Ed, who didn't like that episode, he'll appreciate the award.
Yeah. I did it for Ed. Because I am not a Milton.
Yes, yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for talking to us. Thanks for telling us how you feel about things. We always appreciate it. So we are signing off, and we are closing Hailing Frequencies for this week. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks when we come back. Your comments. It'll be our comments on the first episode of season 3 of TNG. So prepare for that. I'm sure that'll be good.
Yeah, they might even comment on what you thought of season 2.
Maybe that would be fun. What did you think of season 2? Let us know down below. And will the series premiere on season 3 be better than The Child? I doubt it, but we'll see then.
I burnt my finger, Picard.
Oh, it hurts so badly.
A wink.
Oh boy. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Oh.
No, not that button. Not that button. No. Oh God.